Passengers shifted quietly, shifting in their seats as the hum of the cabin dimmed. The girl adjusted her headphones, eyes scanning the pages, calm yet alert. A man muttered under his breath, "Did she just sit there?" Overhead bins clicked shut in rhythm with the heartbeat of tension. She inhaled slowly, gripping her book, waiting. The woman slid into the seat without looking up. "Oh, this one?" she said, smirking. A gasp echoed quietly. The flight attendant lingered nearby, eyes flicking between them. The girl closed her book slowly, exhaling. "That's my seat," she said softly. Silence hung as the woman's smile faltered, just slightly. The girl looked up, calm but firm. "Excuse me, that's my seat." The woman's lips twisted. "Oh, I didn't notice. It's fine, though." A hush fell over the cabin. Passengers exchanged glances, uneasy. The girl gripped her book tighter, feeling the familiar sting of being overlooked, yet refusing to shrink away. The Arrogance intercom crackled. "Hi, Princess." The cabin froze. Passengers glanced at one another, mouths tightening. The woman's hand paused mid-move, eyes wide. The girl's lips twitched in a small, knowing smile. A quiet shift passed through the rows, murmurs stilled, glances softened, and the unspoken balance of power quietly tipped in her favor. She touched the edge of her notebook, remembering the teacher who never called on her. "I raised my hand," she whispered to herself. In the store, a clerk handed her bag to someone else first. She clenched her fists lightly. "Why is it always like this?" murmured a memory of her mother. The hum of the cabin seemed distant. Every passenger's glance felt like decades of being unseen. She inhaled slowly, holding her composure. "Not today," she thought, letting the quiet weight of all past slights settle behind her steady gaze. The woman leaned back, smirking. "I think I'll stay," she whispered, eyes scanning the hesitant faces. The flight attendant shifted uneasily. "Ma'am, maybe another seat?" Her lips curled. "No, this is fine." Passengers murmured softly. The girl gripped her book, recalling every silent shrug, every glance that ignored her. Always this way, she thought, inhaling steadily. Not today. The quiet collusion around her only strengthened her resolve, each unspoken support for the woman sharpening the dignity she held so carefully in the face of entitlement. "Did she just..." a voice whispered. "I can't believe it," murmured another. Eyes shifted, some narrowed in doubt, others widened with anticipation. The girl pressed her fingers lightly to her book, remembering every moment she'd stayed silent, letting injustice pass. A mother gripped her child's hand. Teens exchanged glances. The woman noticed the growing unease. They're noticing, the girl thought, calm and steady. The quiet murmurs threaded through the cabin, small but potent, each glance and whisper, marking the subtle unraveling of privilege she had long endured. The captain steps forward, calm, measured. "Princess, this is your seat." The cabin stills, murmurs fade into silence. The woman's lips tighten, eyes flicking nervously. "Wait, she begins, but falters, her smug posture unraveling. Passengers glance around, some whispering softly, children staring with wide eyes. The girl lifts her backpack, breath steady, letting the quiet dignity speak. This is right, she thinks, feeling the long weight of unspoken slights lift. Every small gaze and hushed reaction marks the subtle collapse of entitlement and the gentle rise of awareness across the cabin. This isn't fair, the woman stammers, voice cracking as she grips the armrest. Eyes dart toward her, passengers exchanging silent glances. "It's my seat," the girl says softly, calm, unshaken. A mother tightens her child's hand. Teens glance at each other, whispers held back. "Really?" Someone mutters under their breath. The woman swallows, posture stiffening. All these years of ignored slights, the girl thinks, feeling the patience she honed finally asserting quiet authority. Tension hangs, heavy and absolute, as the oppressive weight of entitlement begins to fracture under collective, silent observation. Fair? No, but right is always your first choice, the captain says, calm and deliberate. The woman freezes, color draining from her face, shoulders slumping. Hands twitch, fingers clench, eyes dart around the cabin. Passengers whisper, some nod slowly, children stare in wide-eyed awe. All those times I stayed silent, the girl thinks, feeling the weight of dignity shifting toward her. The murmurs ripple quietly but insistently, a subtle wave of acknowledgement. The cabin holds its breath as authority, once veiled in courtesy, now sides with restraint and justice, leaving entitlement unraveling in silence. The girl slides her backpack onto her lap, movements calm, deliberate. A passenger whispers, "She's just sitting?" Another mutters, "Finally." All those times I stayed quiet, she thinks, remembering dismissed complaints and ignored hands. The woman stiffens, realizing the weight of her presumption. This is what patience looks like, the girl reflects. Eyes shift, murmurs ripple, but no one intervenes. The cabin breathes together, absorbing quiet authority. Flashbacks of suppressed voices mingle with present stillness. Narration lingers. Dignity, unshaken, quietly topples entitlement, proving restraint and courage speak louder than arrogance ever could. The woman's hands shake, voice barely above a whisper. I'm sorry. Passengers glance at each other, murmurs spreading like quiet flames. She can't hold it together, the girl thinks, observing every falter. Eyes meet across aisles, nods exchanged, subtle affirmations of support. A mother tightens her grip on her child. Teens lean forward, awareness sparking. Narration lingers, entitlement crumbles, dignity rises, the cabin absorbing the shift in silent recognition. Every glance, every stiffened posture marks the slow awakening of conscience, the collapse of oppressive power witnessed in restrained but piercing collective acknowledgement. The woman sinks into her seat, voice gone, eyes avoiding the cabin. A passenger mutters softly, "Finally." The girl exhales, steady, untouched. She thought she could own this space, the girl thinks, watching. Glances flicker across aisles, nods almost imperceptible. Narration observes, arrogance folds quietly, entitlement fades under collective, silent acknowledgement. The cabin hums, tense but calm. The girl's fingers swipe quietly across her phone. They saw it all. They know now, she thinks, a small smile tugging at her lips. Messages of support light the screen. Around her, the woman slumps, silent and undone. Narration reflects. Pride wells quietly. Composure stronger than fury. Dignity speaking louder than any raised voice. Triumph contained yet undeniable. Eyes drift away, hands fold in laps, and murmurs die into silence. A mother shifts her child. A teen frowns. A passenger straightens. This is right, the girl thinks, calm in her stance. The woman shrinks, her voice lost before it forms. Narration notes the quiet power. Dignity travels in small gestures, revealing injustice without a shout. A subtle triumph witnessed by all. The girl exhales, her gaze steady. Some seats aren't just comfort. They're about who gets seen, who finally stands. Around her, whispers fade, eyes linger. A subtle nod here, a quiet shift there. Narration notes the cabin's awareness, once heavy with tension, now absorbing a small, persistent justice. Even in silence, dignity travels, altering how power is felt and understood.